Gao Feng's death will send a message to the Templars. The assassins have returned.
What's up, everybody? This is Lorenzo Valoria with GamesRadar.com, and I'm here with Ashley Reed.
Yes, you are.
Who has reviewed Assassin's Creed Chronicles China. So for those who haven't heard of this game, what the heck is this, Ashley?
Basically, it stars Xiaojun, this girl that we've seen before in Assassin's Creed Embers. She was Ezio's tutee, and she came to him to ask for help rebuilding the Chinese Brotherhood because it was decimated by the Chinese Templars. And in Assassin's Creed Chronicles China, she's now returned to China, and she's trying to kill all the people who killed her brothers and sisters and take back what was taken from them.
So what's the gameplay like? Does it translate well to the 2D plane, because we're all used to the 3D of Assassin's Creed games, climbing around, doing all those things. Is that all still in the game, and how does it work, and does it work well?
There are parts of it that do. Like, it's kind of been condensed. I would call it like bite-sized now, a bite-sized Assassin's Creed. Basically, you have things like climbing is still there, sneak attacks are still there, hiding places are still there. They're just put on one of three kind of separate planes. It's either the background, the midground, or the foreground. And they're kind of context-sensitive places you can hide. You can hide in closets and attack from there. You can hide behind pillars, stuff like that. So all of that's still in there. But there are things like the free range and exploration of a lot of Assassin's Creeds is gone, obviously, because you're just side-scrolling through it all. So what is there is pretty well realized, but you really have to like kind of sneaking past guards, because that's primarily what you're going to do. You're going to sneak past guards and run from fire. Those are the two things you're going to spend almost the entire time doing. And if you love that, then this is a really fun game. If you prefer kind of like the free range aspects of Assassin's Creed, it's kind of not as enjoyable.
So how does the controls work then, compared to like the other Assassin's Creed games? Like combat is always a little bit different between the games, and climbing things is always a little different between games. So how do they make it work for this?
Admittedly, the controls can be awkward. That's kind of like a touchstone of Assassin's Creed, is you have kind of weird controls, and that unfortunately is a thing in this too. In terms of just the straight, like running down the path and sneaking up behind guards, like that's all pretty solid. But when it comes to climbing, sometimes the controls are a little loose. Like Xiaojun won't always respond exactly when you need her to, which is unfortunate because the game kind of demands that you respond very quickly to things. And climbing can be a bit weird, where you'll try to climb onto an edge in front of a guard, and then you'll just jump right in his face. It's like, I didn't want to do that. So there are some awkward points in there, but just the straight, like, the running mechanics work really well. The fight mechanics work really well. Though you don't want to get in too many fights, it's basically just a pure stealth game almost, because if you get into a fight with more than two guys, then you're just dead. Just restart from the last checkpoint. But what works, but there is some awkwardness in there.
What do you think of the upgrade system that's implemented?
It actually matters for once. That's kind of the nice thing about this. Like, usually full synchronization is just like a congratulations, woo, you're cool. In most Assassin's Creed games, it actually matters, because the more points you get, the more upgrades you get at the end of the level, and they're pretty critical upgrades. Like, you get more health, you can carry more knives, you can carry more of this or that or the other. Or you get a special ability, and that only works if you get a high enough score, which can kind of suck if you're not very good at the game and are having trouble and don't get a high score. Then it just kind of punishes you even more, you just get worse. But it does make you think a little more critically about how you're approaching it, so you will always want to try to get gold or silver on each different mission, because you are assigned like gold, silver, or bronze for each performance. So that actually matters now, and it feels like it's worthwhile to take the time to play it well.
So do you think it's worth it for Assassin's Creed fans to go through the story and play through this game?
In terms of story, I don't think you're really going to get much out of this game. Like, there's a very basic framework for the story. You have this character who wants revenge and it wants to take back her country, which we've seen before. Her story is a lot like Ezio's, like kind of a mirror image almost. And it's it's cool and all. Like you're like, okay, this is interesting to explore this character's life, but there isn't really much meat to it. That's really all it is. She goes, she kills people, she's done. And she doesn't have too much of a personality. So kind of that story aspect you get from other Assassin's Creeds is shrunk down to the bare bones. So if you really love the story in Assassin's Creed, this is going to be kind of disappointing, which is unfortunate because Xiao Jun's actually a pretty cool character, but I guess you take what you can get.
So what were your overall thoughts on Chronicles China?
I think it can be best described as kind of an Assassin's Creed puzzle pack. It's very much focused on little bite-sized challenges of getting past guards or free running through an area and trying to race against the clock. So if you're looking for more of the large-scale exploration and story-based stuff that you'd get from a main Assassin's Creed entry, this isn't really going to satisfy that. But if you want kind of just quick, fun challenges in a really beautiful setting, then this is going to be perfect for you.
And what did you score it?
I gave Assassin's Creed Chronicles China 3 out of 5 stars.
And that's our review for Assassin's Creed Chronicles China. Be sure to check out GamesRadar.com for the full write-up and check out all the rest of our reviews on GamesRadar's YouTube channel.
Wow, that was an awesome video, right? So cool. If you want more awesome videos like that, check out our YouTube page here. Or if you want to see the words with your eyeballs, go to GamesRadar.com.